guys have some new releases coming out.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at those if you don't mind.
Sure, I love walking through releases. Okay, so I have my SpyderPac here. For those who don't know, we've been making SpyderPacs for years. Very convenient.
So these are from the latest reveal, correct?
The knives, yes.
Yep.
I'm going to start with the military too, because it's certainly getting some attention.
That one is going to be super popular.
All right, so this is the military 2. For those that know the military model, it's one of our most iconic pieces. We originally produced it in 1996. If you were to look at the military model on constant quality improvement, it probably has more than just about any model. But with this one, we leapt and recalled it a new name because of the lock change. The former one had a liner lock, so this one went to a compression lock. The compression lock is something that Spyderco invented. We made a lot of great knives with it. I feel it's one of the safest locks in the market to use during use. Highly unlikely to unlock or accidentally disengage. And the lock brings a tremendous amount of strength. It's one of the strongest locks in the market. And so it was a great add to the iconic military model.
Absolutely. Like I told you, I think for somebody that's not used one, it's a little bit like, well, this is it's different. It's a different location to unlock it. Once you get used to it, like I said, I carried a PM2 for better than a year straight. Once I got used to it, I absolutely fell in love with it. The fidget factor, I'm not gonna lie, I drove Kara nuts at times with fidgeting with that compression lock, but extremely safe, right? When you close it, your fingers are completely out of the way. Very strong lock. Fun to lock and unlock.
Great action too.
It really does.
It just feels wonderful.
Drops
has
shut
a nice
nicely.
self-close.
Yeah.
Solid lockup.
So my opinion, took an already great knife and made it even better. I think that one is going to be really popular this year.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Seems to be getting a good reaction. Also went to a 4-way clip. For some people that like it tip down or tip up, left or right, the original military didn't do that. So that's a nice change on this one too.
Nice change.
This is the lightweight Chief. This is a knife we produce now in a G10 version. This though, I'm excited about the weight. It's one of the lightest knives that we're making right now. It has no liners. We were able to press the taps in, do the skeletonizing on or the webbing, if you will, on the inside of the molding to really give it a lot of strength, so you're not going to get some deflection here. But the handle itself brings a lot of strength, a really low weight. When you're looking at knives of this size, you need a strong lock, because if that tip were to get hit, it adds a lot more weight the longer you get on a lock.
Sure, of course.
So with the thickness, the back lock, the construction, we're bringing a lot of power at a really light weight. And so
extremely light, very robust. That is shocking that doesn't have liners when you feel it, right?
Oh, it's solid as could be.
It really is.
Yeah, so very proud of the construction, the build with the full flat grind, that double distal taper too. It's almost, I mean, it penetrates, it slices. It's almost like a kitchen knife, I want to say. We also use CTS BD1N in this.
Nice.
It's a nitrogen-based steel. Great edge retention, great corrosion resistance, very tough. In my opinion, it's one of the most balanced steels in the market today. And so it's a real pleasure to continue to use CTS and work with those guys. But yeah, the lightweight Chief.
Very nice.
This one we also showed before, but we're starting to get these out a little bit more. Hopefully we're delivering in the next month or so.
Nice.
This is a micro Jimbo designed by Michael Janich. He does have a bit of a following. He made the Yojimbo, the Yojumbo, and the Ronins. Certainly a great self-defense knife. This one has a full flat grind. If you know a lot of Michael Janich's knives, he likes hollow grinds because he likes that slicing power and that tip penetration. But when you get to a 2.5-inch folder, and at this thickness, which is 145, he went to a full flat. If you're looking at Spydercos and you want a 2.5-inch knife with some thicker blade stock, that's tough to find. And so Mike did a great job in adding that to his knife. Comes with a compression lock, so all the features we talked about. You can really get a full hand on it. That top you can get your thumb or your forefinger on. He also added the deep pocket clip, open construction, peel ply G10, getting a good reaction for those that follow Mike.
One of the things I liked about this was like the Yojimbo and the Yojumbo are great, but a self-defense knife, if you don't have it, doesn't help you. not everybody can carry that knife. This is going to allow more people to carry something, so it's going to give a lot of people a great option, I think. If you work in an office environment or a lot of places where people are weirded out about seeing a bigger knife, this is something you can actually carry, right?
Yeah.
Very discreet, very easy to carry, yet if you need to use it for self-defense, very effective. And oh, by the way, work really good opening boxes and as an EDC,
oh, yeah.
right?
As everything else, it does a wonderful job.
But especially this blade shape, I think, really, which is, let's be real, that's what most people are going to use their knives for, right? Is opening boxes.
Tenacious. So M4 is a very hard steel, wonderful wear resistance. If you're looking for edge retention, M4 is on that top chart.
Absolutely.
This is coming in though from China, so it's a value folder. It's on the Tenacious model, which is one of our iconic pieces. We've been selling this knife for 15 years, a tremendous amount of CQI, constant quality improvement. So it's got round peel ply G10, full liners, open construction, generous blade stock, full flat grind. Just a wonderful design for the guard in the front, the hook at the back, 4-way clip, lanyard hole. I mean, its design overall says a lot for its performance and what it's done in the future, or in the past. But with the M4, brings a whole new element to the knife.
100%. Do you remember the approximate price point on this one?
Ooh, off the top of my head, I would just be guessing. I think it's a little, about 125.
That's what I
want to say, but
I thought 120 to 130.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that there is another knife that you can get M4 steel in that price point.
Oh, it's a...
So if you're wanting to try an ultra high performance, ultra wear resistant steel, that's a great choice.
Yep, and with this steel too, we ship in the steel, so we know exactly what's going in there. We know the yields we're going to be getting.
Nice.
The ovens that cook this are beautiful ovens. We also sub-quench it, or sub-zero quench, so you're really removing some of that retained austenite, improving that performance. And so yeah, the steel is one thing, but the processing of the steel is another.
Absolutely.
Like even for these knives, they sharpen them under cooling, so that you don't overheat the edge. And so if you are buying this knife and you're looking for performance and value, in a lot of ways it's going to be tough to beat.
Absolutely. I know you're a real knife maker when you call a heat treat oven beautiful.
Oh, yeah, ovens are beautiful. That wasn't cooked on a conveyor. That was a beautiful oven.
Awesome.
This one is a joy for me too.
One of my real favorites.
Yeah.
I love this knife.
If you're looking for a dress piece, this is tough to beat. This is designed by Nadia Moore. He's an Israeli. It's a pleasure to work with him. He makes, in my opinion, some of the most beautiful knives in the world today.
Agreed.
He makes a variety of different designs. His is called the Sabotage. We went with Subvert. This has full titanium liners, G10 backspacer. It has rounded carbon fiber that's also a little fluted in there for texturing. I'm very proud of it because of the carbon fiber itself. When you're looking at composites, do they have voids? What's that weave? Can you round it out without having any issues? And if you look at this carbon fiber, its execution and quality is just gorgeous.
In the reveal, that was a nice looking knife. In person, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really, it's real. The pictures don't do it justice.
And
the carbon
action,
fiber on it and the action is just, yeah.
This also comes in 204P, actually 20 CV. 204P, 20 CV, M398, all virtually have the same chemistry, made by different foundries.
Yep.
All wonderful steels.
Tremendous steels.
This one's a Crucible's 20 CV, and so we bumped the steel up a little bit. Has our clip on there, so if you are looking at Nadi's clip, it's a little bit different than Nadi's,
Sure.
but besides that, the walk and talk and the look and the feel of this thing will make you feel like you bought it directly from Nadia Moore.
The action on that knife is tremendous.
So yeah, even the custom pivot, I mean, no expense spared. We brought it all out on this one.
And this is a sprint run, correct?
It is a sprint
Limited
run.
production on this one,
It
so
is.
if you're after this one, you'll have to move quick when they become available.
Likely come and go. One of the things I do love is composites. Carbon fibers, G10s, you know, there's a large, micartas, I mean, there's a large world of composites. And this is Nishijin carbon fiber, one of my favorites that we've produced. Our original Nishijin was maybe 10 years ago. We're getting low on it. This might be the last of it. One of the beautiful things about this stuff, though, is you could pull it off the shelf 10 years later and it's just as beautiful as when you bought it. And it'll be like that for a customer. But the weave in here is very unique. The Japanese came up with it. So it's a blue Nishijin weave. This comes with a 31 layer Damascus. 31 layers because the middle layer is VG10, and then it has 15 layers on each side.
Okay.
The Japanese, in my opinion, are the kings of producing Damascus steels at a price point and a look that most people can afford. This has a VG10 core, which means when you go to cut with it, you know what you're going to be getting. With a lot of Damascus steels, when you finally get to the edge, you know, it might have, you know, RWL 34 and another mix of something else, or whatever those weaves may be. At least when the core is VG10, you know it's cutting power.
Absolutely.
The etching, the weave on the pattern on it is beautifully executed. And with the Nishijin and the Damascus, it's one of our most beautiful pieces. Also, this is the Stretch XL. It's been designed, you know, the original one was the Hunter, the Pro Venator, then we went to the Stretch, and then the Straight Spine Stretch, and then the Stretch XL. It's got 40 years of development.
Wow.
In a lot of ways, it's one of the best design knives we make, in my opinion.
I agree.
All right, this is the Leaf Jumper. I'm showing it for a couple reasons. One, it's K390. If you're into steel, Spyderco produces K390. It's one of the hardest steels in the industry today. Great corrosion resistance, great wear resistance, and it's tough enough to put teeth on. When you get into steels that are in the high 60s RC or even 70 RC and you want to put serrations on it, those teeth just want to be brittle and break right off.
Okay, makes sense.
But with K390, we can offer in plain, serrated. We're offering it a whole variety. This is the Leaf Jumper. We call it the Leaf Jumper because we were thinking about rock climbers. I even think about like rodeo clowns, or if you're on a sailboat. If you need to get into a situation where you need to pull your knife, you know it's going to engage, the lockback is tough to beat. And you want a knife that you can have a large guard on, but get that edge all the way back. But with lockbacks, that can be a challenge. You end up with that dull spot that we were talking about earlier in the video. And so with this one, we push the pivot down, we push the guard out a little bit to try to bring that edge back so that you can go for a cut and hopefully you're not snagging anything. You can get a full hand on it and you have that back lock. And then in the K390, it just cuts with the best of them.
I know our customers love the K390.
Yeah,
it's
one
really
of my
popular.
favorites.
Absolutely.
And all the K390s coming in this off blue. Okay, these aren't out yet, but I thought to just tease them.
I love that.
Okay. MagnaCut came out about a year ago. Great steel, developed by Crucible and Laren Thomas. You know, it has wonderful wear resistance. It's a very tough steel. It's one of the best performing powdered metals in the market today, but where it really accelerates is also corrosion
resistance, absolutely.
And so Spyderco noticed that right away when we did our initial testing. It's been a little bit of a delay for us getting some of our MagnaCut to the market, because when we're bringing them to the market, we're bringing it as Assault, which in our category, Assault is a highly corrosive resistant knife. And when we at Spyderco build Assault, everything within the knife has to be highly corrosive resistant. So it delayed the project a little bit, but we're going to start making just about everything we make in the US in the MagnaCut Assault version.
Wow.
This is the Para 3 in yellow MagnaCut. You're holding a Manix in yellow MagnaCut. These are coming along the way too. And we are really expanding our Assault US MagnaCut line.
These will be huge.
Yeah, and they come with black hardware. Because it adds to the corrosion resistance. You might have an incredibly corrosive resistant steel, but that coating can typically bump that corrosion resistance up a little bit. Yes, we could coat the blade and add more corrosion resistance to it, but we do want to be able to offer satin and black. And for a lot of people, they don't want the black blade.
You
know, because for lubricity and other reasons.
That's right. One of my favorites, the Manix. I love this knife. I love this color combination.
I do too.
And in MagnaCut, these are going to be white hot.
They just pop. And so, I'm teasing it a little early. You won't see them till later this year, but thought I'd give you something ahead of time.
We appreciate you doing that. We appreciate you sitting down, taking the time to show off the product and talk about Spyderco a little bit.
I always love hanging with you.
Same here.
Good luck with your Packers this year.
We're going to need it. We're going to need it.